Greetings, fellow Marvelites. This is Werewolf 2112 here, back for another Denizens of the Marvel Universe. And today we are going to be talking about Captain Marvel. Now, Captain Marvel is the second comic book character to have such a moniker. The original moniker was a character belonging to Fawcett Comic back in the 1940s. Whenever their copyright had ran out on the character, Marvel swooped in, grabbed the name real quick, and we ended up with Captain Marvel. Now, the Fawcett character would later come back. Fawcett Comics was bought out by DC, and that character would become known as Shazam. And there was a legal battle between Marvel and DC over the character's name that I think eventually got settled. They both can use Captain Marvel. Captain Marvel is the first character in the Marvel Universe to bear the moniker Captain Marvel. The first of five. One's a Skrull. One is an African American woman. And the other are his two kids, Genus and Phyla. Now his name is Marvell. MAR hyphen VELL. His first appearance was in Marvel Superheroes number 12 in 1967. He was sent by the race of aliens known as the Kree to infiltrate Earth life. Upon landing here, he ends up taking the identity of a astronaut whose name escapes me right this second. Let me find it. Walter Lawson. He takes the identity of a deceased astronaut named Walter Lawson upon arriving. When he gets here, he finds that he studies humanity's progress towards developing means of space travel, and after living among the humans, he begins to empathize with them. He appears publicly in a green suit that it's green where the blue is, white where the red is. The gold star on there is non-existent, but he has this green helmet thing right here. But he appears in this green suit and he fights a Kree robot battle sentry. During the fight, all the onlookers could hear was the sentry kept calling him Marvel. And all the people thought that that was his superhero name, Captain Marvel. And that's how he got his name. Ha ha! Anyways, after defeating the Sentry, he is found guilty by the Kree Empire of treason and sentenced to death. Unfortunately, rather fortunately, the sentence escapes him, but his lover Una ends up paying the price for his treason, and afterwards, the Supreme Intelligence of the Kree granted Marvel superhuman powers and a new uniform, the one you're seeing before you today. He eventually ends up trapped in the negative zone. The Kree superintelligence creates the negabands, which are these gold bands that he wears on his wrist, and with them, he is able to bond. He has a pair, and Rick Jones has a pair, and through them they have a bond. When he clangs the bracelets together, the negabands together, he switches places. Rick Jones is up in the negative, out on the outside. Anyways, they did that kind of as a homage to the original, the Fawcett version of Captain Marvel, because the Big Red Cheese was essentially a little boy who became a big superhero. They did the same thing with Rick Jones. Then he ends up fighting in the Kree Skrull War on the side of our heroes, who end up caught in the middle of this big, huge battle. And he then encounters Thanos, and ends up becoming an interstellar type superhero. After battling the Controller, who is a one of the elders of the Marvel Universe, he becomes buried in the Avengers Mansion, and he finally becomes split from Rick Jones. Um, he in his separated state, Rick Jones still on Earth. He ends up in space with another elder of the universe, Eon, who bestows upon him the moniker of the Protector of the Universe. And he gives him a great psionic ability, great skills, reflexes, and he gains cosmic awareness. Um, Now, cosmic awareness is odd. He's actually in constant. He knows everything that is going on in the cosmos all at once, which could be maddening. And if this were Genus Vell, he would have gone mad and become a villain. However, this is Marvel, and Marvel was able to stand up to the task of being the hero that Eon thought he was. However, not all was rosy in Captain Marvel's universe. A supervillain named Nitro, who is now infamous for causing the Civil War by blowing up Stamford, Connecticut, uh, was fighting with Captain Marvel and happened to blow up a canister of Compound 13, exposing Captain Marvel to this deadly compound. Now, while the Negabands helped him survive this onslaught, it was later revealed that Captain Marvel had cancer. And while the Negabands prevented it slowed his degenerative process with the cancer. Uh, at the same time, it prohibited him from getting any other outside radiation help. However, they did use some electromagnetic radiation on him, and it did give him some pretty nifty little powers. Actually, it increased his. It gave him the ability to absorb solar energy. So, as far as powers, this guy flies. This guy has the Negabands, which allowed him to, replace um, Rick Jones whenever he was in the negative zone. He has super strength. He has speed, reflexes, and the cosmic awareness, energy projection powers. He's a pretty stackable character. However, he is dead. He's very dead. He is actually. The old saying used to be that only Bucky and Tim Drake, no, the second Robin, were the only Marvel or comic book characters that would ever stay dead. Well, Bucky's alive. The second Robin's alive. Captain Marvel is still freaking dead. He died of cancer. He's the only comic book character I know that actually died of a real world disease. He did make an appearance back when the Civil War started up, but it was later revealed to be a scroll. The name Captain Marvel has been carried on by three other characters in the Marvel Universe: his daughter Phyla, his son Genus, and an African American woman named, oh, what is it? Monica Rambeau. Yeah. But he is the quintessential Captain Marvel. Again, he is the only Marvel character I could think of that is still dead. He does have an ultimate incarnation, um, but I don't really know a whole lot on it. Suffice to say that I don't read the Ultimates that much, but he is dead. He rest in peace. He is an actual Marvel legend. He is gone because everybody knows you had to die to be a legend. Anyway, this is Werewolf 2112 with hopefully a little help and background on this guy here, Captain Marvel. And until next time, which will be Taskmaster for the Denizens of the Marvel Universe, this is World War 2112 saying Excelsior.